Although it may not look like much right now, Hurricane Ernesto has a possibility to bring historic impacts to the island of Bermuda over the next few days, before continuing to move north and eventually bringing even more dangerous conditions to the Atlantic Canada region. On top of that, we also have a severe weather threat moving across parts of the country over the next few days that will bring damaging winds, hail, and even a chance of tornadoes. Sound like a lot? Well, it is, and in today's weather forecast video, we're going to be going over all the latest information to keep you guys up to date. Now, as always, before we do get started, if you guys do enjoy these videos and find them helpful, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, as it does help me get these forecasts out to more people. And with that being said, let's get into it. Now, going ahead and taking a look at the latest outlook by the National Hurricane Center, you can see Ernesto is just off to the northwest of Puerto Rico. Its winds are currently at 75 miles an hour. It is moving northwest at 16 miles an hour, and it is expected to continue to strengthen as it moves north. And as you can see here, it is expected to slow down as it moves to north. You can see it's not really moving when it gets to Bermuda around here on 2 p.m. at Friday. It kind of comes to a halt before eventually picking up and racing off to the north. That's going to prolong the effects that Bermuda is going to feel with those hurricane force wind gusts, heavy rain, and storm surge. And that is why this storm could be historic, especially for Bermuda. Now, in terms of strength, as we can see here, it is expected to intensify into a major hurricane, as you can see there with that M on 2 p.m. Friday. However, it is expected to weaken before it reaches Bermuda. But one thing I'd like to keep in mind is that the conditions here are very favorable for rapid intensification over the next few days. So I think we could see something a little bit stronger than what's being modeled here. I think this outlook from the National Hurricane Center is a little bit on the conservative side. So again, we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on that in the rapid intensification over the next few days, but definitely going to be a very strong hurricane, category 2 or category 3 by the time it reaches Bermuda. Going ahead now and pulling up the latest GFS model. As you can see, we have Ernesto down here, 991 millibar storm. Nothing too crazy. However, if we move this ahead about 24 hours, this is going to be 1 p.m. on Thursday. Look at how quickly it intensifies. This is now 968 millibars, and that would be a strong category 2, borderline category 3 hurricane. And that should just give you guys an idea of how favorable the conditions are here in the path of Hurricane Ernesto, that it goes from a weak category 1 all the way to a borderline category 3 hurricane in less than 24 hours. And if we continue to move this ahead here another 24 hours, it continues to strengthen, 965 millibars. Still, that would be a category 3 right there. And I don't know if you guys can see it too well on this map, but I will circle it for you. We have Bermuda right here. And if we continue to move forward, the GFS model, or at least the latest GFS model, takes this right over Bermuda, maybe a little bit to the east of Bermuda. That is still something that's uncertain in the track. If it goes to the west of Bermuda, we could be seeing some stronger wind gusts, more rain, and more storm surge with this. However, if it goes to the east of Bermuda, you guys might get spared a little bit, maybe less winds, because if you guys see it on this map here, look how wide and strong the wind field is here on the eastern half of the storm compared to the western half. So again, still a little uncertain. Bermuda is a very tiny island, so any adjustments in the track could really make a big difference in how this storm impacts Bermuda. But again, definitely going to be a very strong hurricane by the time it gets to Bermuda. And this is going to be a very early Saturday morning. This is 1 a.m. on Saturday morning before it starts to race off to the north. Now, going ahead and moving on to our severe weather threat here, this is the NAM 3-kilometer model. And this is what the radar could look like as we go on throughout the day. So this is 6 a.m. Thursday morning. We have this line of thunderstorms that has been pushing through the area overnight. That is going to diminish as the day goes on. Eventually by 1 p.m. here, you can see it is pretty much gone, maybe some showers or some moderate rain at most. However, moving ahead now to 5 p.m. Thursday night, this area down here is where we need to watch for these storms to start firing up again. This is what's going to be giving us our damaging wind threat, our large hail threat, and maybe even our tornado threat overnight. So 5 p.m., let's skip ahead here. 7 p.m., you see the storm start to fire up here, and they will continue to fire up and push to the southeast throughout the night. And eventually here by 5 a.m. in the morning, the threat is completely gone according to the NAM model. So this is going to be an overnight threat where you're going to get some wind damage, maybe even a tornado or two. So if you were in the area that there is a slight risk today, you definitely want to be weather aware before you go to sleep. Definitely make sure you have a way to get alerts overnight, just in case you get a severe thunderstorm while you were sleeping. And after that round of severe thunderstorms, you have another round firing up here to the north. This is 5 a.m. on Friday, and it will fire up early in the morning, continue to move to the east throughout the day. You see we get this line here. This looks like a biggest threat is going to be damaging winds with this line. However, it is going to push to the southeast again throughout the day. Now the net model does also develop this little squall line here in Wisconsin that does eventually diminish throughout the night. However, this could also be another cause of some damaging winds here as you move on Friday night. So definitely be aware of that if you are in Wisconsin. Now going ahead and taking a look at the potential energy in the atmosphere, just think of this as the energy the storms have to work with to develop. As you can see, 4 a.m. in the morning, not much. However, as you move on throughout the day here, as you can see, it continues to increase. You can see that yellow color is where the highest energy is as we move on throughout the day. So this is 3 p.m. Thursday afternoon. Definitely a lot of energy in the atmosphere for these storms to work with, and that is why we do have a slight risk in place by the Storm Prediction Center. And as we continue to move on throughout the night, it slowly diminishes before eventually firing back up here again on Friday. So definitely a lot of energy in the atmosphere today and tomorrow for these storms to work with. So definitely going to be an active next couple of days. Now going ahead and zooming out here on the GFS, you can see how the jet stream is set up. You have this little dip here. This is where your low pressure is. This eventually is going to move east and kick Ernesto out to sea. We also have this area down here, which is bringing some very hot weather to Texas and areas in the southwestern United States. And if we go ahead and move forward here, you can see this pattern does not really move. Here we are, this is, what is this? This is like 5 days out. Still have your area down here. Still have this little dip here that's going to be bringing some cooler weather to the northeastern United States. So this pattern is going to be around for a while. So unfortunately, not much good news for areas in the southwestern United States, areas like Texas, who've been seeing this heat for a while now. If you're looking for relief, it's not going to be coming anytime soon, unfortunately. So don't make any plans based on that. And with that being said, that is pretty much going to do it for today's video. Again, if you guys did enjoy this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me get my videos out to more people, helps more people find my forecasts, and overall motivates me to make more videos for you guys. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe and peace out.